Good morning, guys. It's Saturday the 14th of March 2020. I've only just arrived up at the allotment today. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just made myself a cup of coffee and I'm just having this before I make a start. So basically I had a few things to needed to get sorted out this morning. So I phoned my mate to feed my birds. So I know they're all catered for and taken care of. And then after I got the few odds and ends done and errands that I needed to do, I just had a bit of a leisurely stroll around some of the shops in the town. And I've brought the car right up to the allotment gate because I've just got one of my favourite flowers is primroses, and the multitude of colours that you can get them in now is absolutely fascinating. I've always liked primroses. It's probably one of my favourite flowers. So they had some really good bargains on it. There's some fantastic colours in there. So I've come up with about 30 plants. Some will be for here up at the allotment in the beds and around the trees, and some will end up going in the pots in the yard at home. So we'll see what we've got there. I bought myself a new potting bench because I really can't be bothered making one. Now normally I would make these things myself, but these last 2 months has been really trying, and it's taken its toll on me. My back is actually still not right yet. It's much better than it was, but it's still not right. So yeah, it's just onwards and upwards. The weather hasn't been brilliant this morning. It's poured down all day. It's only just trying to brighten up now. Now, whether it's going to brighten up or not, I don't know. But it is forecast for rain all weekend. So, if the weather permits, after my cup of coffee, I've got a couple of little beds up against the fence that need tidying up and finishing off, basically. So they need some fresh compost in there. You want some cardboard now to suppress any little weeds that's in there first of all. Then he wants some fresh compost, then we'll give him some plant food, and then another dressing of compost, and then we'll put some of the new flowers in, and then we'll finish the entire job off with some chippings, or some of the wood chips stroke with manure from the pigeons, which will also help to, that will water down. It'll be on the top and on the surface, so it won't rob the soil of the nitrogen. What's more, it'll actually feed the plants because the rain will wash the pigeon manure down into the beds to feed the plants. So I'm just going to have a bit of a pottery day today, if I can and if weather allows me to. I might assemble the new potting bench that I've bought and stamp that in the greenhouse for the time being. I got a couple of new tools as well, just for up here at the allotment, that I can make good use of. And I got I think it's 4 bags of new compost, because obviously I've used everything that I had with plant food in that will go on, hopefully dress them 2 little beds and finish them off. Get a few flowers in there or something, and just tidy it up generally. So basically that's my intentions for today, is to just potter. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to get up. I managed to get 3 of the racing pigeon lofts cleaned out last week, but I didn't do any videoing on the Sunday because I really just wasn't in the mood, so I didn't do it. Now if I can be bothered tomorrow, then I might just do a small video tour of the lofts after I've finished the cleaning process. So, but it all depends on how I feel and all the rest of it. I mean, they're not, it isn't essential to get done tomorrow, but I would like it done and then it's out of the way. I've still got a few boards to put in the polytunnel and get the path down in there as well, which I haven't even made a start on yet. I might even get round to doing a bit of that today. I really don't know, but we'll see how it goes, guys. And if we do, whatever little progress we get done today, we'll give you a little bit of an update. It's just another little video to put up there to keep you guys hopefully enthusiastic about what's going to happen going forward. And just keep you interested, hopefully. So if you are enjoying the videos and you do like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and follow me along through the rest of the season and see how we go. There will be some projects coming up later in the year when I have more time, and hopefully some of the things that I do, other people can use my ideas and make life a little simpler for themselves. Excuse me. So I'm going to finish a cup of coffee, guys, and then I'm just going to get cracking and see what little bit we get done today. And I'll give you an update later on. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, guys, so I'm over in the allotment now. I underestimated how much compost I was going to need for these two small beds, but as you can see, we've got them weeded now. Got the cardboard in there, and I've got the 2 bags through in this one. I've dug 2 of the rhubarb plants out that was in here, because basically they were suffering and there wasn't a great deal of soil in here. I've left the one there, but obviously once it gets this topping, it's going to feed that one, but there wasn't sufficient in here for three plants. I believe that's a rhododendron. I planted it a couple of years ago, and again it was suffering because it just didn't have enough nutrients. I hadn't touched the garden for nearly 3 or 4 years, so this is the first year back at it again now. As you can see, these 2 rhubarb that I've transplanted into this great big deep bin, these 2 here were over in there, and you can see just how anemic these are and how much they were struggling in that little bit of compost that there was in there amongst all of the weeds. But at least now they're in there. That's at least 2 foot deep with compost. I still need a bit more to go in there as well, but we've got them in and transplanted, and they should take root. Even if they don't produce anything this year, they will next. So another little rhododendron here on this end. Got all this weeded. Another 2 bags of compost in there, but unfortunately it's not enough, and I've underestimated it, so I'm going to need to buy at least another 4 bags just to finish these 2 beds off. But I mean, I'm not in any rush. It's another little job, and that's the main thing. Slowly and surely wins the day, as they say. But even so, it just tidies it up no end. Another 4 bags, as I said, we'll finish it off. So I'll just give you a little look now at, that's a tray that I've bought to go on my potting bench so I can keep the compost in. So I'll just give you a little look at these prims now that I've laid them out. They're not going in here. Some might go in here between the apple trees, but as you can see, there's some gorgeous colours in here. Yeah, fantastic. Now they are perennials, and they will come back year after year as long as they are looked after and fed, and the ground is got good draining. So I'm hoping that is what's going to happen, and you spend the money once and then hopefully they're going to come back each year. And yeah, we should get value for money on them, but they're beautiful. I mean, £3 for, I think it's 8 plants, £3. You can't go wrong with that, especially with these fantastic array of colours that they have. I don't know about anybody else, guys, but these are one of my favourite flowers. They're absolutely beautiful. They are, and they're not intrusive because they don't grow tall. They just stay a nice height like that. They'll get a little bit bigger if they've got enough open ground, but they won't get much bigger than that. And that's the main thing. So I got my Poundland specials. I never ever did get them planted, but as you can see, they're up the top of the box now, and so I might get those in today in front of the trees. So yeah, we might get these in today, but I'm not going to plant any of the prims just yet. I've also salvaged some daffodils that was in those little beds down there last year, just still sat in the pots, and they're actually, I've sat them on top of that bed there with a bit of fresh compost underneath, and they're actually trying to come back again. As you see, some of them are about to burst into flower. So I'm probably going to pot them, transplant those into that bed between the gooseberry bushes and the blackcurrant bushes. So that will probably get done. I need some more compost in there as well, so I'm probably going to just go and get 10 or 12 bags, get that bed finished off, those ones finished off, get the flowers in bits and pieces, and yeah, and then we might concentrate on the greenhouse and get the potting bench up and one thing and another. And yeah, just waiting for the weather to pick up really now, but I'm delighted I've got to this stage, I really am. And I'm not going to rush. Like I said, I might put these plants in that's sitting in front of the apple trees and pear trees at the moment. Incidentally guys, these apple trees, they're a dwarf variety that I got from Holland a couple of years ago. I'm not sure whether I've mentioned it before, but they do actually produce fruit. The mature trees on a miniature stem basically. And they have been producing fruit, albeit very, very tiny, because the ground they were in was horrendous. It was a quagmire, an absolute quagmire, but now that they're in here and get a bit of feed and one thing and another, the ground is a lot firmer over here, believe it or not, now that it's aerated. And they should thrive over here now. So yeah, that's just another quick update guys. It might be tomorrow before we give you another one, but as you can see, I'm just pottering and I'm quite enjoying myself. Catch you later guys, bye. Okay guys, so I'm going to give you a very, very quick update. It's now 25 to 4 anyways, but I've enjoyed myself today just pottering, but the rains came on now and it's absolutely pouring down, and basically I can't feel my fingers. I can't do anymore. So I'll just give you a quick update of what I did to get done, and you can see what you think. So that's the rest of the primroses just sitting there getting a good water, sitting on the bed. They'll take no harm. So I got this bed done here and finished off, and I've got I decided to put one of those little bushes that I bought out of Aldi on the end of there. And then we just dotted some prims up along the in this bed with the rhododendron on there. We didn't get the other bed finished because we didn't have sufficient compost. So, and then we've got the other little bushes put in here in front of the trees, and we've got some primroses planted in here as well now, in between the trees. So all looking rather nice. So what I've decided guys is this bed here is still there's still quite a great area here, and it's 16 feet long. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put onions and garlic in the front of here, so I can still use it as a veg bed as well as a fruit tree and flower bed. So it'll be a multi-purpose bed, this one, and we'll see how that pans out and take it from there. But anyways guys, I'm getting absolutely drowned now, so for today that's it, I'm afraid. Catch you later, bye. Hi again guys. So alright, I'm back in the shed and it's 4 o'clock now. You can probably hear on the roof the rain is absolutely throwing it down. I'm sorry, today's video is just me talking a load of nonsense basically. There isn't really much to see, and the weather is partially responsible for that. Yeah, it's all slow going. I can't wait till the weather picks up and we can make a start and really do something. But on a positive note, I've quite enjoyed just the pottering around today, and it's only a little bit, but it's a little bit less to do tomorrow. So as I said, we've got those 2 beds weeded, cardboarded, and a couple of bags of compost on. So I sort of robbed one bed from the other with the compost to make that one up, so I could get the flowers in that one bed. So I still need to put, I still need another 3 or 4 bags of compost just to top the beds off now. And then, as I say, I'll put a bit of wood chip with pigeon muck over the top, like a mulch again. And also that will feed the plants below. So yeah, I got the rhubarb transplanted into the big container. Hopefully that'll, it's probably, I maybe shouldn't have moved it while it's starting to grow, but I still think it'll do better than it was doing in the bed it was in. So yeah, well, I'm not bothered if it doesn't. I do have a couple of thriving rhubarb plants, so I'll still have my rhubarb crumble some point this year. And it'll come back next year if it doesn't continue to grow this year. So overall, little jobs, but quite a transformation in just planting a few flowers, as you've seen on the last little clip. So I'm quite pleased with today, in spite of how late it was I got up here, and working in the rain. Basically, it's not pleasant, but it's another little job done, as I say, and I can see it taking place, and that's all that matters to me. So again, sorry, I apologise for me just talking a load of nonsense and babbling on this video, but we'll try and get you some better videos, obviously, as the weather picks up and I get a bit more progress with other things done. Okay guys, please like, subscribe if you aren't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you, bye.